excited. Let me turn on a light here real quick. What's going on? We're getting up close and personal. I'm very excited because we have released a bunch of new merch that you guys actually designed. Like, technically. I want you to click the link that I've pinned at the top of the comment area. And it's a bunch of kind of inside jokes with the channel. I want to see which ones you think are the best and which ones you really like and which ones you don't like. And I think and I hope that you guys will enjoy and pick up some of this really hilarious merch. We were working overtime this week, guys. Not only did we send out packages, not only did we film reviews and upload the reviews, we also designed 5 pieces of new merch for you guys. So hopefully during the stream some of you guys can take a look and pick some stuff up. So let's see who's here. Who's here? We have Kentucky Man, certified T3 bot. Mike Kalustian, certified T3 bot. That fellow there, certified T3 bot. Dean Oakley Hopper. What is going on, everybody? I hope, I hope everyone's having an amazing Saturday so far. Battle Gym, baby! Yo, TFT, that fellow there, certified T3 bot and moderator. He's in the building, so please be on your best behavior because he's got an itchy trigger finger and he's not scared to lay down the law. If you want, John, could you notify the Discord chat that we are in fact active? Because I think Bad Matt is going to be very interested in some of the merch that we released today. All right, Mike Butler, certified T3 bot. Angel, let's see. Jimmy C, Joy Jit 92, Carlos, JH. JH actually says hit that like icon. Julian, that's a cool name. Julian. What's going on? What's going on? Everybody, please say hello to Turtle. Hey, Turtle. Turtle's our newest little baby. How beautiful is she, guys? Like, seriously, how adorable is this little baby? Look at her. She just wants to be cuddled. Right? Aw, she's purring. I don't think the mic is picking it up, but having a good time? Everyone say hello to Turtle Goodman. Hi. Look at these babies. Do you see yourself? You see yourself on screen? Show them your teeth, your scary teeth. All right, go do naughty things. Did I get a new cat? About, let's see, maybe 3 or 4 months ago, we found her in a dumpster. Probably less than 3 months ago. Probably like 2 months ago. We found her in a dumpster, and we got her all fixed up at the vet, and she's integrated perfectly at our place. Our other 2 cats love her, and she loves them, and just cat boy things. Marissa, certified T3 bot, and my sister, in the building. Okay, bye, Turtle. Turtle is walking away. So yeah, let's get some questions going. Bryson, certified T3 bot and moderator, is here, says, sorry I'm late, got a wedding today, so I won't be around long. Y'all behave. We got a couple moderators here, so you guys seriously better be on your best behavior. John, certified T3 bot. Yeah, so again, guys, check out this merch. I'd love to hear what you guys think about it. It is very, very funny to me. And let me know which is your favorite item. Also, real quick, in the comment section, I would love a little cheers. What are you guys sipping on? Cheers, everybody. Can we get a cheers in the comment section? Cheers. You know, we gotta relax. We gotta relax during this live stream. It might be Saturday morning. hey, we were partying last night, whatever. Now we can just relax because we're gonna party later. We're gonna party again, so screw it. Cheers. What are you guys sipping on? I'm sipping on some espresso. Espresso. It's black. No foamy. Oh my god! If I show you, it's gonna. How close can I? Oh, there you go. No cream or sugar or foamed milk, whatever, steamed milk. However you fancy people do it. Marissa, certified teeth rot, says, cheers, l'chaim, y'all, enjoying some cold water. Marissa, get something to sip on. Get something to sip on. It's Saturday, baby. Mike Butler, certified teeth rot, says, if I relax anymore, I will fall asleep. Stuart Walker says, cheers, coffee here. That fellow there, certified teeth rot and moderator, says, waiting for the meridian to turn so the adult beverages and burgers can come out. Hey! Mike says, cheers, Riggs beer. Fellow says, never add cream or sugar to coffee. Amen, brother. We sip it black around these parts. Nice and smoky. So, we have a question. Have you ever had any thoughts / experience with Fortis? Yeah, they make some really cool kind of retro chronographs. You know, some of their retro cushion case sports watches, really cool. I think they're definitely an underrated watchmaker. And you know, they're sporty, they've been around for a while. But yeah, good watches. Everyone I know that has a Fortis watch really likes it. So that's probably the best thing I can say about them. Let me see. Hector says, hello, Longines Heritage. I know you made a video about them, and I know you like them. Oh, wait. And you like... Okay, sorry. I was a little bit confused. It says, I know you made a video about them and you like, but why you think people don't pay that much attention to Longines? Okay, so why is Longines underrated? Well, I think that there was a golden era for Longines, which is their like vintage era, right? Which is why most of their best watches currently are part of their heritage collection. What does that tell you? Well, that tells you that they understand that their best era was in the past, right? And that's not bad. I'd rather them recognize that and give us something we want versus them just releasing a bunch of BS that we don't want. So, why do people not... Why are they underrated today? Well, I don't know if they're super underrated today. What I will say is that there was a golden era, which is, you know, probably it ended in like the 60s. And then for a while there, the quartz crisis hit a bunch of watchmakers very hard. All right, so the issue is that from like the mid to late 70s all the way throughout the 90s to the early 2000s, a lot of watchmakers were not putting out really good stuff at all. Recently though, which is cool, the past 5-10 years, Longines has stepped up their game with their heritage collection. So I think if they continue to do this, like if they continue to make watches like that mono pusher, I think that they will be more respected in the watch world. And that ceramic olive drab hydro conquest is very cool, and I would actually wear that. What's my opinion on Bulova watches? Well, actually similar to Longines. Bulova's vintage stuff is very good. And like, for instance, the Joseph Bulova collection, which is essentially their heritage collection, right? It's their reissue of vintage Bulovas, is the best thing they make. The next best thing they make is the Bulova Lunar Pilot, which is also, what do you know, a vintage reissue, right? So I'm definitely biased. I think we see a trend here. I tend to like vintage watches. It just so happens that Bulova's modern stuff, like the Precisionist series, not great. I mean, I'm sure they're fine watches as far as function goes, but they're ugly, they're big, they're chunky, they're super modern. I'm not a big fan. That fellow there, certified T3 bot and moderator, has a link to my Bulova rant if you guys want to check it out. But yeah, you know, Bulova's also doing some things with the Frank Sinatra collection, which I think is really interesting. I think I would personally wear those watches if it didn't have some of that disgusting Frank Sinatra autograph on the dial. Like, it didn't have to be all over the place. You don't have to brand it Sinatra. Just make a nice watch and sell it to us. We don't need like some huge branding on it. But yeah, Defo there says, yeah, flat moon with coin edge bezel. Galaxy Mix says moon is flat. Guys, can we get a hashtag flat moon? Again, we just hit the 10-minute mark essentially. We need to let the people know early on that the truth is out there, and we did go to the moon. Okay, we did. 1969, the Speedmaster went to the moon. However, they are lying to us. The moon is flat. The moon is flat. The Earth is round. All these flat earthers, dude, what are they doing? They need to take their tinfoil hats off. They need to stop believing in this weird conspiracy theory. Like, they don't even believe in gravity. They believe that, like, the Arctic is like a ring around like a flat Earth that keeps all the water and like that keeps all the continents from like flowing over. That's so ridiculous. The truth is the moon is flat. We did go to the moon, but the moon is flat and the Earth is round. We will wage a war against flat earthers well past my existence on this round Earth, okay? I hope if there's something I leave behind, I don't care about the Time Teller shop, I don't care about the merch, I don't care about this content that I make in regards to watches. All I care about is that I have truthed and exposed the fact that the moon is in fact flat and the Earth is round. So if there's one thing I leave on this round Earth, it's the fact that the moon is flat. We will go down to our graves knowing that we gave humanity the truth. Guys, hashtag flat moon. There's not enough flat moon. There's not enough flat moon in the comment section. Marissa Certified T3Bot says hashtag flat moon. Hector, hashtag flat moon, hashtag flat moon. We got Dean, flat moon, lizard people. Marissa, oblong moon. Sam says, didn't we go to Mars as well? See, Mars is interesting because, so, you know how Jupiter's mostly a gas? So, like, technically you could, fly a, like, if this mug was a spaceship and this was Jupiter, you could technically fly it through Jupiter because most of Jupiter is a gas. Mars is similar in that it doesn't exist. Did I blow your mind? Am I going too fast here? The Earth is round. The moon is flat. Jupiter is a gaseous planet. And Mars doesn't exist. Can we just agree on that? I know it's probably hard for you guys to understand. And they want to distract us. They want to distract us by saying, oh, Pluto is a planet. Oh, wait, no, Pluto is not a planet anymore. Sorry, the curriculum that you learned for like 12 years of your life, yeah, that's too bad. Pluto is actually not a planet anymore. That confused the heck out of me. I think I was like in my early 20s when I learned that Pluto like wasn't a planet according to like some NASA nerds. And then now they're saying that Pluto is a planet again, but they're trying to distract us from the fact that Mars never existed. Mars doesn't exist. I hope you guys can keep up. Can you keep up? Hey boy, let me lose my breath. Let me lose my breath. Let me lose my. Can you keep up? Hey boy, let me lose my breath. Let me lose my breath. Let me lose my. Wow, that's a party, guys. It is a party this Saturday. Guys, we're 13 minutes in, actually 14, we're almost 15 minutes in. What I want you guys to do for now is, the energy has been up high. Let's bring it back down for a second and just wave. Can we wave to the people watching this on the playback? Because the truth is, we get a few thousand more viewers after we record this live stream. And the truth is, it's okay. You know, it's okay. You guys don't have to wake up on time. You guys don't have to do what we're all doing here and hanging out and joining the live stream. You guys don't, you know what? Us, the people here, we're going to do all the work. We're going to ask the questions. We're going to answer the questions. We're going to sing songs. Can you keep up? Baby boy, make me lose my breath. Take the TikTok dance. I'll lose my breath. Make me not. Nay, nay. Lose my breath. We're going to do that. But you can just hang out, you know, oh, I got a family. Oh, I work on the weekend, T3, I can't do the live stream. Oh, I live in another country, so it's bedtime when you live stream. All the excuses, that's fine. That's fine. I've heard it all. The truth is, I've heard it all. You can hang out with your bonbons, and we will do all the work this Saturday. So, hello. We're just going to say hello. We love you. We still love you. We're disappointed that you're not here, but we love you. All right? And I know you're watching this being like, ha, it's funny because he recorded that earlier, and it's almost like he's waving to me, but I'm watching it in the past. No, I'm actually talking to you right now. I'm talking to you right now. And I know you're holding your phone. You're like, yeah, you, dum-dum. I'm talking to you. All right, flat moon. That's the truth. The earth is round. I know, it's hard. Jupiter is a gas and Mars doesn't exist. That's it. I'm sorry. Wu-Tang. All right, guys. Let's get some questions going. That was nice. That was nice. But we're going to start. We got to go live now. Marissa says she started crumping uncontrollably. TikTok dance. Don't make Jory moon you. Michael Powell, I don't want to get demonetized talking about that planet. Mike Fortney. Jory, any recommendation on watch winders? It's so funny how we can do this on this channel, isn't it? Isn't this so funny? We can just go bonkers, and then some dude's here asking about watch winders. Sometimes I forget that I am a watch channel. So I use the boxy watch winders. They're super modular. I think you can stack like 12 of them, and all you have to do is plug in the base. So it's not like you're plugging, you don't need like a power strip, and you don't have to plug in each one, taking up a bunch of sockets. So I just use the boxy watch winders. Again, oh, my cats are playing. I only use 4 at a time, but I think you can stack them up to 12, and they're actually one of the more affordable ones, believe it or not, because you can just check Amazon. There are some really, really, really expensive, like I'm gonna say overpriced watch winders. It is. That fellow there, certified teeter bot and moderator, actually has a link. Watch this before buying a winder. There you go. That's all you need to know. I forgot that I filmed that episode. Bada bing, bada boom. Racetrack for the 9/11 soon. Maybe. I don't have much time. I wake up very early in the morning on the weekends to do canyon runs with my buddies, and that's fun for now. But eventually we're going to do a track day all together, and that's going to be a whole lot of fun. Have I ever heard... Okay, Samuel Sanchez, certified teeth robot, says, Jory, have you ever heard of Echo Nutra? Never. I don't even know what that is. If you're trying to... If that's some, like, weird conspiracy trying to debunk my Mars truth, then I don't know what you're talking about. Fellow says, looking at a Yema Marine Nationale. Are you familiar? Not that specific watch. I'm familiar with some other Yema watches, but I've actually never held that one specifically. G Mood says, hey Jory, besides Zodiac, Oris, and Longines, do you know any other watch companies with a modern skin diver and Yema? Let me see. Axios. Axios made a really cool skin diver. You should check them out. Reading comments. Matt Summers, certified teeth robot, says Boxy can go 3 high and the base will depend whether you can do 6 or 12. Okay, so there you go. And I think you can get different bases as well. It's like a flat dock, essentially, like a rectangular dock, and then you can stack them. It's really, really cool. Galaxy Mix says, you are funnier every day. Why, thank you. I'm making sure my comments are on. Sorry about that. There was a glitch in the mainframe. My comments disappeared for a second. Jimmy C says, hi T3, what's your thoughts on the Reverso non-ATM jump hour, and when are you getting the Reverso Hybris Mechanica 185? Let's take a look. Let's talk about this. You know I'm always down to talk about Reversos, because they're probably my all-time favorite watch. One of them, at least, right? One of them. So this is a fairly new release, actually, for this April. It's incredible. This tribute non-ATM is the French word for 19th. I mispronounced that. It's a semi-jump hour, and that complication is shown on the reverse side, so not on the main time-telling side. But obviously, if you want to be unique, you can take a look at the jump hour, which would be on the back. Here's the ridiculous part about this watch. I needed to look this up to confirm. I was like, this watch is over 30 grand, right? And I just looked it up right now. This is going for $40,000. A Reverso with, it is a duo face. But this Tribute 19th, the semi-jump hour, is going for $40,000. I don't know if I would spend that for this specific complication. There are other Reversos that I would want over this. But, wow. You're getting a moon phase complication on the main time-telling dial, and then you're getting a really interesting semi-jump hour on the back. And it is a bit pricey, if you will. Mike Butler, Certified Teeth Rot, says, I use a winder for whatever auto I have in rotation that week. Yeah, me too. I actually have my SKX on one right now. I had to think about that. Angel says, hi T3, what are your thoughts on the Casio Oceanus? Which one? There are a few. I don't think I've done a review yet. There are a few Casio Oceanuses. And I think I asked which one you guys would want me to review, and no one responded. So if you guys can come to some decision in the comment section, which one would you like to see me review? Because there are more complicated models. I think there's even a chronograph, and there are less complicated models that look more like a sporty date complication watch. So if you guys can let me know, probably the chronograph one, right? That one's the more complicated one. That's probably the more interesting one, excuse me. But if you guys can let me know, I'd like to pick one up and review it for you, because a few people have asked me about the Oceanus. Michael Lucian, Certified Teeth Robot, says $40,000. What's the layaway payments on that? Aku says, Jory, just wondering, what are some of the great adventure watches with leather straps? First one that comes to mind is the Alpinist, literally made for mountaineers, and it comes with a leather strap. What I will say is the leather strap is not great. In fact, it's one of my least favorite straps that has ever been included with a watch. Here's what I will say. Don't pick a watch based upon the strap, right? Because 99% of watches, unless it has an integrated lug system, you can change the strap. So I wouldn't, my advice is don't count a watch out just because you don't like the strap. Because if that were the case, then I would never wear the Alpinist. And the Alpinist is one of my favorite watches of all time. So, yeah, I wouldn't say it's a silly question, but I mean, what are some great adventure watches with leather straps? Well, any watch that you put a leather strap on, right? Like, for instance, the Explorer, the Rolex Explorer, incredible. Yes, it comes on a bracelet, but just put that on a leather strap, right? Why not? Any recommendations for Seiko weird watches? Look up the Seiko ashtray. The Seiko ashtray is a super retro, like pre-tuna diver. It's weird. Justin Yancey, certified T3 bot, says, "What's up, Joy? Sorry for being late." It's all good. Okay, people are saying that the T3000. Wait, that's too perfect because I'm T3. Yeah, that's the chronograph. All right, yeah. I'll pick one up and take a look. Looks like they run... Ooh, this chronograph, $700 for a Casio chronograph. Let's see. Yeah, they range from... Wow, full kit for this T3000 1AJF is $1,000. I'm going to tell you right now, this is probably overpriced because I don't understand what movement would this have that warrants that price, because it's probably not a 7C46. I'm very, very interested. Let me learn more about this, but yeah, that's a pretty pricey watch for a Casio, not mechanical, right? Interesting. That's cool though. I'll learn about it. Samuel Sanchez, certified T3 bot, says, "Hi Jory, I know a while back you said the Lord Marvel Seiko with a high beat movement was good value. Do you think that's the case based on the current market?" I still think vintage Seikos with the high beats are good value. Here's the issue though. I'm not going to recommend you buy them because there's too many Franken watches. I think it's still a whole lot of watch. The issue is that the majority of them that you will find, especially on places like eBay, are Franken watches. What does that mean? They're filled with components that are non-original. So they're not totally fake, they're just not 100% complete. It's very difficult buying, believe it or not, buying... When we think of buying watches on places like eBay and other areas, you'd think that you would just want to stay away from Rolex or Patek or these high-ticket watches. But the truth is, it's almost more difficult to find vintage Seikos because things like the Pogue, any 6139 variant, these high beats, these Lord Marvels, these King Seikos, these Grand Seikos, vintage ones, I mean. You have to be very, very careful because a lot of garage watchmakers, you know, these dudes that just do it for a hobby, they buy a bunch of parts, they have the case head, they have some dials, they throw them together, put a handset on there, and then they skyrocket the price because they're like, oh, this is a high beat. Well, yes, you're using a bunch of Seiko parts, but this isn't the complete watch as it came from a store. So this is why I have rescinded my recommendation of buying vintage Seikos online. And I just don't think it's a good idea anymore. It's just so prevalent. Samuel Sanchez says, any chance you would have one in your shop in the future? Yeah, I've had, gosh, like 3 or 4 King Seikos already. Some of these high beats, really, really cool. Rock the Watch says, I have a modern Eterna Kontiki 4 hands Eternamatic you can review. Rock the Watch, please email info@thetimetellershop. I would absolutely love to make it work out. At thetimetellershop.com. If you email that, I will get that email, and then we're going to go ahead and set something up so that I can definitely review that, because after that Eterna review, everyone was asking about these modern Kontikis. Fellas says, Jory, ... What year is your 911? ... Any issues with IMS bearing on that year? Well, my 911 is a 99, and that had a less than a 1% failure rate because of the dual row IMS output shaft. And I am not worried about it at all because I've already retrofitted it. So I've already done the IMS retrofitting So I have a pretty much 0% chance of it failing because I'm not worried about it at all. And it's an overrated issue. Zeddington. I'm so sorry if I butcher your names, guys. Zeddington Shaz says, what are your thoughts on Richard Mille, AP, Nautilus, and Rolex Daytona price are hype? Scam. And will they end up like Hublot? So I think he's asking me, do I think Richard Mille, the AP, Royal Oak, I assume, the Patek Nautilus, and Rolex Daytona, he's asking if the hype is real or if things will tank like Hublot, because the truth is there was a bunch of Hublot hype, and then Hublots sink like a rock. They do not do well on the secondhand market. A lot of people are left holding the bag when they buy these limited Hublots. Here's what I think will happen. Richard Mille, long term, probably is going to be more like Hublot. I think they're just too weird. I think that people eventually, definitely in the next 10 years, maybe in the next 5 years, people will look back and be like, oh, like, okay, I was born in '89, okay? So I'm old, but what I'm getting at is when people like me look back on people in, the early '80s and '90s, and we look at like movies, like period pieces from the past, we look at like bell bottoms from the '70s and stuff, and these hippies, and we're like, whoa, like that was so weird. I can't believe people thought that was cool. Or what we do is like, I look back at like '90s trends, and I'm like, why did we think that was cool? Like Jinko jeans? Like what the heck was I think? Why did I ever think that was cool? It's really dumb. Well, I think a lot of these like TikTokers and these like SoundCloud rappers with all these face tattoos and their Richard Mille watches, I think in like 5 to 10 years, they're gonna look back on all of that stuff. The face tattoos, the stupid hair, and the definitely the Richard Milles, and they're gonna be like, oh, that was so weird. Like, it's like the members only jackets in the '80s. Like that was the thing to have, and then in the '90s it was like Jinko jeans. We look back and we're like, that was so dumb. So I think in 5 to 10 years, people will look back on Richard Mille and be like, that is so dumb. Like, why were we spending hundreds of thousands of dollars on this? And then I think that to continue answering your question, I think that the Rolex Daytona will probably keep its price because Rolex is just such a contender when it comes to price retention. And then the AP, I assume you're talking about the Royal Oak, that's probably still going to continue to do well. The Nautilus probably, honestly, will continue to do well. I think the only thing that will truly end up like Hublot, or has the potential to end up like Hublot, would be Richard Mille out of that group. Samuel says, members only jackets are still fire. Bad Matt, certified C3 bot, is here. Bad Matt, I want you to go ahead and click the link at the top of the comment section and take a look at some of the new merchandise we just released. I think you'll be so happy. I think out of any viewer watching this right now, you will be the most happy. CBCA Boyer says, thoughts on these Oyster Perpetual 41 Tiffany dial selling for $15,000 plus. Tiffany dial items are crazy. I had one at the shop and you guys missed out. I had a Tiffany dial gentleman's travel clock at the shop, supremely undervalued, and you guys missed out. Period. Period, paragraph. Hashtag just do it. John, certified T3 bot, with a very good question. He says, Jory, what's the most challenging part of running your T3 shop? Probably trying to think of what would truly be the most difficult. It is a great question. TFT says, great question. So I think the most difficult part is the fact that I am constantly, like, you know how people say, oh, your own worst enemy is yourself. I think that I tend to not overthink things, but I'm incredibly picky. And so on the homepage of the site, I say, if I wouldn't wear it, I wouldn't sell it. And so the truth is that all those vintage watches that I put there are watches that I hand pick and that I think are good enough for the store and things that I personally would wear. Because at the end of the day, if it doesn't sell, guess who has to keep it? This guy. So I think the most difficult part about the shop, it's not, taking the pictures or writing the bios or dealing with packaging and shipping and the couriers and that type of stuff. That's all just a process. I think the most difficult part truly is not even finding the items, it's deciding that, yes, I like that. Yes, I will choose that for the shop, because each restock is like a curated collection, and I hope that when you go to the store and you see those items, you can see a little bit of me in those items. Like, I hope that you can look at those and be like, oh, I get why T3 would like that. So I hope that answered your question, because I'm just so picky, I think. I think a lot of vintage shops online just fill up their inventory with anything that's old, right? It's like, oh, that's a watch and it's old? Okay, it's just cool, just put it there. It's old, we'll put it up there. But that's not how I'm choosing to run the shop. And the shop has been so successful because I'm literally hand picking the cream of the crop. So I hope that answers your question. Metal Slug says, I want the Explorer style Christopher Ward. It's okay. I'm sure it's a solid watch. I'm just not the biggest homage guy, if I'm totally honest. And it looks so much like again, it was my critique of Pagani design. I understand now more than I used to the need for homages. However, I just would want something more original. And the truth is, Christopher Ward makes a bunch of original stuff. If you're going to get a Chris Ward, get one of the more original designed pieces. That's my opinion, but I'm just one dude. Samuel Sanchez, Certified T-Throw, says, do you like All Shall Perish? Yeah, I do. What bands do you listen to these days? I remember when bands would make their merch with the most unreadable text of their band name. That's exactly why I did that. So I like bands like Unearth, Black Dahlia Murder, Between the Buried and Me, things like that. So, let's see, Dead to Fall, Black My Heart, As Blood Runs Black. Yeah, I just like metal. Guys, check out that metal shirt. I'm serious. So I want someone to buy one of these today. Like I would be so happy if during the live stream someone buys one of the metal shirts. I want to see during the live stream someone buy one of these metal shirts. Any updates on your Speedmaster? Is it back from service? My Speedmaster was in service for I got my Speedmaster back months ago, like months and months and months ago. So yeah, it's back from service. Are you talking about the oil-filled Speedmaster? Because that one was not mine. Guys, I want to see someone buy one of these Witching Hour shirts. It is so cool. This is one of my favorite shirts. We also have it in white. I'm going to link it for you guys. So we also have it in white. And yeah, if someone picks one up during the live stream, I'm going to go crazy. Psycho Fu says, Slayer. Yeah, I'm not the biggest Slayer dude. I need things to have like breakdowns and like blast beats and stuff. You know, I need to be like real like grind. Zengton, what are your thoughts on the better long-term value, Daytona or Nautilus? Daytona, easily, Daytona. That's just how it is. Hector, ship to Brazil? Yes, we do. We ship everywhere. I've shipped to South America. I've shipped to, let's see, where was it in South America? I think it was Colombia. Shipped to Colombia. Oh! We got an order! Let's see who picked it up. Let's see who picked it up. Let's see who picked up. Let's see who picked it up, guys. I want to see people buying this because it is so funny. These, okay, so hear me out. We are going to do monthly designs. I hope you're excited because we are going to be doing monthly designs. Uh-oh, Bad Matt and Briar Blues, baby. Heck yes, you guys rock. You know, the best part about this is I'm working here, and then the second you order it, it's already being fulfilled. So order came in, it's automatically being fulfilled for you guys. We will get it out. Heck yes, that is so funny. I'm so overjoyed that you guys picked it up during the live stream. Yeah, so we're gonna be doing monthly t-shirt designs. I know some YouTube channels do like a t-shirt club, where essentially it's like a subscription service where you automatically get t-shirts. That might be something we'd explore, but for now, I think the best thing is it's fun to work with artists and we're working with them. That metal shirt I actually designed, and then the Battle Gym shirt Gato designed. But some of the other ones, like my silhouette, that was an artist, a artist from Instagram, and we just like working with different people to come up with things. So yeah, I'm just really excited to start pushing more t-shirts out and more merch ideas. By the way, I don't know if anybody would be interested, but we also have a stainless steel water bottle for the Battle Gym as well that we came up with. We literally put the Battle Gym logo on a stainless steel water bottle, and it does a really good job of they're like super insulated, so it keeps your things really cold and it keeps your hot things really, really hot, just not at the same time. Mike Kalustian says, automatically fulfilled. Those T3 elf bots are on it. Yeah, I think we're selling those, I think we are selling the water bottles. Let me see. Yep, we have them up. We have the water bottles. We have 3 new t-shirts and a tank top, baby! If it ain't fresh, forget about it. Forget about it. Bad Matt. Yes. Bad Matt Certified Teeth Rot says, you have zero idea what a kick my family is going to get out of Battle Gym. Sleepyhead says, hey T3, really enjoy your content. Thank you so much, man. Thank you. I'm looking for a rugged suede style leather strap that ages pretty well to pair with my vintage Bulova Snorkel 666. Do you have any recommendations? I believe I do. Let me look it up to see if it's still available. Let me see. I want to see if it's still available so that I don't link you something and then it not be there, because that would make me feel bad. Okay, Crown and Buckle. Do you remember Crown and Buckle's Black Label series? They had a Black Label suede strap, which is so cool. I'm trying to see. So the Crown and Buckle Black Label suede would be my pick, honestly. Let me see if they have any other ones. Okay, unfortunately those are out of stock. Dang it. They have some camo suede, which is not my thing. Let me see. Dang it. Yeah, sorry. So my pick would be the black. I don't wear suede straps typically, but my pick would be the Crown and Buckle suede. But I guess they discontinued it, which is so frustrating. I'm so sorry. If we don't hit 100, you get a wrist check. We'll do a wrist check right freaking now. Guys, what are you wearing? Today, I'm wearing the tuna. A little bit fishy today, don't you think? On my no-name strap, this vintage strap. What brand are the t-shirts? Pre-shrunk? Let me see. Okay, so the tank top is American Apparel, actually. You want to hear something really fancy, guys? The tank top that we have at the Time Teller shop is made by American Apparel, and we have a sweatshirt made by Champion. Okay? Only the best, hottest brands. In my experience, these don't shrink, by the way. These t-shirts don't shrink. Let me see. Yeah, in my experience, these do not shrink. I don't know, chime in. A bunch of you guys already have some of the shirts. So, I mean, I'm sure you guys, you can let me know your experience. But guys, pick up the merch, guys. Check it out. What are your thoughts? This is from Zeddington. What are your thoughts on Panerai, IWC, and Breitling? Will they come back? IWC is coming back. Breitling is going in the wrong direction, and Panerai is currently the worst out of the three. Panerai is not even attempting to come back. Breitling is attempting to come back and just making the wrong decisions. Their value has tanked in the last 3 years, really. They've been going through some hard times. And they release things that a lot of people don't want. Like this last dual time that they came out with looks like an Invicta. It's the most hideous thing in the world. So they're moving in the wrong direction, but they're trying. And IWC is back as far as I'm concerned. IWC is doing a really good job. Dan Wazi, Certified Teeth Rot, says G-Shock GBDH 800, which is also a step tracker and funny because at the present time I cannot walk. Hey man, we're praying for you. Send some prayers to Dan Wazi. Let's get him healthy, guys, and keep him in your thoughts. You'll be up and at him in no time, brother. Perfect. And Rager says, I got my DW6900 today and I'm loving it. It's one of the best watches I bought recently. I had one in the desk in my office here, but it's not here right now. That is one of my favorite watches, the Neo Tokyo. I absolutely love that watch. Samuel Sanchez is wearing a Mito Commander. Heck yeah, Bad Matt. My cats are chasing each other. Hector says, do you think companies are working on some kind of new technology such as spring drive, or they don't care about it? Well, I don't know if companies don't care about it. I just think it takes, what you need to understand is the spring drive complication took like over 12 years. Okay? So it's not like an easy thing just to come up with. Like you have to invest a lot of time and energy and resources to come up with this kind of technology. So I think it's a bit much to say that because a company doesn't have something like spring drive, they don't care. I think that this speaks more to how impressive it is that a company came up with spring drive, right? Like when someone does something great, you don't really look at everyone else and say, well, all these other people don't care. 'Cause no, it's just like this one person really stepped up. That's what we should be focusing on is the person that stepped up. So I think the same thing is when we look at these watch complications. Like, I just don't know if, like, who if it wasn't Seiko, or if it weren't Seiko, who would be the next person to come up with something like that? Chime in the comment section. Seriously, enlighten me. And I'm not being sarcastic. If it wasn't for Seiko having the spring drive, who would be the next company to do something like that? I'm trying to think. Like Oris has been pretty innovative lately, but I don't think that just because they came out with a skeletonized titanium watch with a 10-day power reserve, I don't think that's the same as something like Indiglo, no, something like spring drive. I think someone mentioned FP Journe right now. FP Journe wouldn't even do that. FP Journe is too high end. I don't even think they would do that. I think it would be more of an edgy company, more of a modern company, believe it or not, that would do that. Oh my God, that is this is throwing me for a loop right now, trying to think of this. It wouldn't be the Holy Trinity either. You know what? I actually have an answer, and it's going to piss a lot of you guys off. I legitimately have an answer, and I think that a ton of you guys are going to be upset about it. Do you guys want to know who it is that might do this? Stu baby says Invicta. So okay, Bad Matt. Initially, I was gonna say Seiko, but it is Seiko. Initially, I was gonna say Casio, but the reason it wouldn't be Casio is because Casio doesn't have as much experience with like mechanical watches, right? I think there is a company that would do this, and this is gonna piss a lot of people off. You guys are not. Oh my God, Jimmy C! Jimmy C called it. Jimmy C called it. That's it. I think the only other company that has the balls to do something like that would be Cartier. Cartier messes around with quartz. They're coming out with a solar powered watch. They definitely have the oomph when we're looking at things like high complication watches, tourbillon, mysterious watches that have the invisible dial, things like that. I think that Cartier, out of any of the other watchmakers, could do it. Would they do it? I don't know, because it takes... Dude. It took 12 years for Seiko to develop that, and that was just from them, like from the starting point on. I bet the dude who was first thinking about it was thinking about it for even longer than that. So it's like the amount of time it would take to come up with something that innovative. I mean, yeah, let's get some W's in the chat for Jimmy C. Can we get some W's? Jimmy C called it. He's like, you're going to say Cartier. Dan Wazee has a good point. He says Swatch Group does have the funds. That's true. Cartier, I think Cartier. Think about what they've been coming out with the last few years, man. Think about it. Settington, what are your thoughts on brands like AP, FP Journe going boutique only? Will that affect speculation? I don't know what you mean. Will it affect speculation? I don't quite know what that means, but AP and FP Journe going boutique only is that's not really surprising anyway. People aren't. Yeah, that's not at all surprising to me. I mean, think about these types of watchmakers, right? FP Journe. Think about how limited they are with what they produce. They don't make watches. First of all, comparing AP to FP Journe is also not like super accurate, because the amount of watches that AP makes is way more than the amount of watches that FP Journe makes. That's just FP Journe just doesn't make the same amount of product. So to see FP Journe going boutique only is, it's almost like what they weren't already. They weren't boutique only already. I think the worst thing we've seen lately, as of late, when we're talking about ADs and boutiques and all this, is Lange allegedly doing a wait list with a purchase minimum. Right? That's just, I mean, I think that's the most disgusting thing. Now, it is speculation, but a ton of people that are very knowledgeable about Lange have all but confirmed it. Having some purchase minimum and a wait list, and then a qualification to see if you can even purchase one of their watches. I think that's much weirder than FP Journe going boutique only. So that's very annoying. Sleepyhead says, but if Cartier did create Spring Drive, would they mass produce it like Grand Seiko? I don't know. I mean, this is just a hypothetical, right? It's all hypothetical. So I don't know what the parameters of that hypothetical would be. Opinion on the Cartier cloche? Gorgeous. And been around since 1922, I believe. So that Cartier cloche has been around for a very long time. Joel! Certified Teeth Robot is from Kansas, back from Florida. You guys can just tell me. Oh, you guys can just call me Lobster because I look like one. Joel was soaking up the sun in Florida, having a blast. And I guess he had a bit too much sun because it sounds like he got a little bit toasted. Hey, aloe. Just rub that aloe, baby. Thomas, thoughts on the new Cartier Santos ad flooding YouTube? I actually haven't gotten one yet, but I really like the watch, so I wouldn't complain. I'd rather get that ad than like an Invicta ad. Am I right? Am I right? Arjun, what's my favorite release? From who are we talking about? It's a very general question. From which watchmaker or from which year? 2021. Favorite 2021 release? Cartier. Right? Let me... if we have any moderators, TFT, if you're there, can you link the new... or the newest, excuse me... can you link the newest Cartier episode I made? How they're the best watchmaker of 2021. they're Cartier is crushing it. They are the most impressive watchmaker of 2021 so far, period. Zeddington has so many interesting questions. I'd love to meet this guy. He says, what are your thoughts on people thinking owning Rolex is more prestigious than getting a bachelor's degree? Well, let me answer your question with a question. What do you think about people what do you think about people thinking that getting a degree is better than actually going out, doing something, and becoming successful? Because I have a bunch of things framed on my wall, and none of it has helped me do what I'm doing right now. So what I'm trying to get at is this whole facade of credentialism that, oh, I need to go to school and I need to do, believe me, getting an education is important. I'm not saying that you shouldn't go to school. People are gonna they're gonna misconstrue whatever I say anyway. But what I'm trying to say is get an education, fine. But the truth is, just because you have that bachelor's degree, I mean, can I say something that might be kind of insensitive? Can I say something? I'm waiting. I have a degree in smart assery. Perfect says, come on, say it. Kentucky Man, certified TV Bot says, rant. Bad Matt says, please do. Shay says, do it. Bad Matt says, rant. All right. Sam says, green light. Dean's probably giving me the green light. Okay, here's the thing. This is going to be TFT. That fellow there and moderator says the only snowflakes allowed come from Grand Seiko. Stuart says, never stopped you before. Ain't that the truth, Stu, baby? Stu, we love you, man. We miss you. Okay, this is going to be potentially insensitive, but bear with me, okay? If you get a bachelor's degree and then I'm trying to think of a way to say this tactfully, because the question was very interesting. He says, what do you think of people that think owning a Rolex is more prestigious than getting a bachelor's degree? When I read that comment, and I'm not internalizing this, I'm not taking this personally at all. So I went to school and I have a Rolex, so I don't really have a dog in the fight. But when I read that comment, I assume that his point of view is that getting a bachelor's degree is more prestigious than owning a Rolex. But I think, like Mike Kalustian said, who is a professor, he said they're not mutually exclusive. And it's true. You can get a bachelor's degree and you can own a Rolex. Alternatively, you cannot get a bachelor's degree and own a Rolex. And so what I'm trying to get at is, what do I think about people that think owning a Rolex is more prestigious than getting a bachelor's degree? I think that people, here's what I think. Drum roll, guys, in the comment section. I think people that are too caught up in their credentials and saying, oh, I went to school for this. Oh, well, actually, I was very learned in this. And, actually, well, I'm this. I get it in the comment section all the time. Okay, this freaking stupid credentialism. It's like people want to have a plaque and a certificate so they can slam it on the desk and hold it over your head as if they are some beacon of infallible light. And the truth is, and here's where it gets real dang dirty, guys. The truth is, what do I think about people that think owning a Rolex is more prestigious than getting a bachelor's degree? I think that those people that were too caught up getting the bachelor's degree probably wish they were the guy owning the Rolex. Boom! Sorry. Sorry. That's the truth. You asked my opinion, that's the truth. What do I think about people that think that owning a Rolex is more prestigious than getting a bachelor's degree? I think those people wish they were the guy owning the Rolex. I'm sorry, dude. I am sorry. People are going to take that as if I think going to school is bad. All right? That's not the case. Go get an education. Be smart. If there's one thing my dad taught me a whole lot. My mom taught me a whole lot. Believe it or not, my mom was the one who taught me how to drive a manual transmission. My parents taught me everything. But if there's one thing that I take away from my dad, he said, be smart when you're being stupid. All right? What does that mean? It means you're going to make stupid decisions in your life, but be as smart as possible. Okay? You don't need that by going to school. Like you don't really learn critical thinking in school. All right? That's like that is the case. I'm sorry. Like just because you slaved away and got a bachelor's degree and then you got a master's and then you got a PhD, that doesn't mean that you've learned critical thinking. Because the truth is, you are on a track. When you go to school and you get an education, you are on a track. And yes, there are varying workloads. There are varying curriculum that you need to follow, and I'm sure it's very difficult and stressful, and I'm not going to say that I could go to school to be like some physicist or like a physician or even a lawyer or something. Like I am not that kind of smart, guys. I am the stupidest person that you've ever met, probably. Most of you know that. And I'm sure there's multiple dislikes on this already, this live stream. But what I'm trying to say is when you go to school, you just need to do what they give you. Like, you need to knock down whatever they put in front of you. And you are on a track. And at the end of that track, you enter the real world. And that's great. But the truth is, when you are in school, you are not learning critical thinking. You learn the critical thinking when you're outside of that environment, when you're outside of that bubble of security, when you're outside of this life where someone puts something in front of you and you just need to regurgitate it. Because the truth is, in the real world, no one's doing that for you. Okay? I'm going to tell you right now, the businesses I've started, no one put something in front of me and then told me to do it, and then when I finished that, someone put something else in front of me, and then I did that, and it's like a little scavenger hunt where it's like, ooh, piece of candy, and I just follow the breadcrumbs to the end goal. No, that's not the case, okay? In the real world, when you're outside of school, you don't have people giving you things to fill out, and then you just finish it, and then you reach some end goal. The truth is, you're on your own, and you need to be able to critically think in that environment, okay? Again, I am not saying education's bad. Like, I learned so much in school. That's great. However, what I will tell you, and this is the honest truth, and this is what is gonna upset some people, nothing I studied in school prepared me for what I'm doing right now. As far as, like, my credentials. Like, sure, I'm sure my vocabulary and basic things, that's fine. But the truth is like, okay, the mitochondria is the powerhouse of a cell. I can draw you a plant cell. I can draw you a mammalian blood cell. The mitochondria is the powerhouse of a cell. The nucleus is the center of a cell. I can tell you all about that. I remember coloring one in like elementary school. But guess what? I've never used calculus. I've never used trigonometry. I just have not, dude. And if someone wants to gauge my success based upon the credentials I have on my wall, you can feel free to do that, but I think you would be vastly overlooking the value I bring to the table. And I think if anybody wants to judge you, the viewer, whoever's watching this right now, if someone tries to value you and assess you based upon what stupid piece of paper you have framed on the wall, you don't want to be around those types of people because they're looking at the wrong stuff. Do you know what people should judge you by? Do you know how people should assess you? Do you know how people should consider you in their frame of life? It's not about the thing that is on the wall. It's not about what you studied in school. It's not about the grades you got on your test. It's in here, baby! Welcome to the freaking battle gym! You can puke, you can pass out, you can die, but you will not quit if you are in the fucking battle gym. I don't care what anybody says about what I said. You can go to school forever for the rest of your life, and you can study and get more degrees behind your name than a freaking thermometer. But at the end of the day, you're going to wish that you were the guy wearing the Rolex. Woo! Alright guys, we've been here for 70 minutes. I'm going to wrap this one up. I hope that this helped you out, and I hope that you learned a thing or two. So, we started off this live stream exposing the truth. The moon is flat, the earth is round, Jupiter is a gas, and Mars never existed. And we've made it here, guys. We've made it here. Don't get caught up in the small stuff, and just try real hard in life. Because work will overcome and outdo education. I'm telling you that right now. In the real world, no one cares about your... In the real world, no one cares about your talent. No one cares about what you know. They only care about what you do and how hard you work. I'm gonna say that again, okay? No one cares what you know. No one cares who you are even. They don't care what you studied. They only care about what you do and how hard you work. I'm going to leave you with that. Thank you so much for hanging out with me today on this Saturday live stream. It could have been anywhere. Could have been anywhere. You chose to hang out with me today, and that really, I just cannot fathom how a few hundred people, actually a few thousand based upon the playback feed, want to watch these rants. And I'm just so thankful for each and every one of you. So thanks for supporting the shop, guys. Thank you for supporting the channel. Thank you for supporting me on Instagram. Everything that we're trying to do here, I really do appreciate it. So guys, get out of your comfort zone. I think I told you already, get the freak out of your comfort zone. Tell someone you love them, and at the end of the day, you only got yourself. So tell yourself you love yourself. All right? Stay happy, stay healthy, stay blessed. I'm Jory Goodman, the time teller, and always remember, I didn't invent time. I just tell it. Get some.